Hey everyone, here it is, the pop-up party bus from the Lego Movie 2. One of the more striking and different looking things that Lego has made, possibly ever. Not to say that that means it's automatically good, but it's unique and really stands out. The process of building this, of assembling it, is something that you can watch in my build video over on my build channel. And if you like watching build videos in the way that I'm starting to do them, you can subscribe there and you'll be able to see these things before the reviews come out. That build process, I have to say, was not tremendously interesting to me. It wasn't like with the Sistar Starship from this same series. I didn't feel like I learned much from it. It definitely wasn't much of a challenge. But it was interesting enough. It was a good process, the way that everything went together. The most striking thing about the assembly, though, was just how colorful it was. Mostly because of the introduction of this new color, this lower band of color, this warm color. It is called Vibrant Coral. And it is indeed a new color. When I first saw the pictures of this that were unveiled, I was worried that it was actually going to be just a re-release, similar to teal up here, of an older color, in this case one called medium red, or commonly referred to as salmon, or salmon. And I really didn't think that color needed to be re-released. It really didn't deserve it, because it's a really blah color. Unfortunately, you are not seeing just how vibrant, the capital V, this color is. You have to see it in person. It's almost fluorescent. It really grabs your eye. Compared to the older salmon color, it really stands out. It's a difficult thing, I think, to capture on film, maybe unless you use a higher color process that I don't have access to at this time. I can definitely tell you that it is a worthwhile addition to the Lego color palette. It really brightens up the Lego color palette and makes it seem much more fresh, just with the inclusion of a limited number of pieces of this color out of a, what is it, over 1,000 piece set. Yeah, it's worthwhile. It's an interesting color, and they did include quite a number of them in here. Everything does go together pretty well in the end. And the size of it, it's a little bit difficult to judge. So let me get these mini dolls out of the way first. More people are familiar with the size of mini figures. I mean, it doesn't really look like a 1,000-piece thing, and most of the pieces definitely went into this main build. But I can say that I don't feel disappointed with the end result, even though it's small. There's a lot of stuff inside. They really packed a lot of functionality into this thing. So check out how the pop-up party works. This folds out. This pops up. These fold out. This folds out. And then all this folds down. Around the back, you also get the option of folding these two things up as little winglets, although you may want to just leave those up while you are traveling around to make it look faster, or you can use them as platforms. That's entirely up to you. And this largest, smoothest mass of trans purple ever can also be removed as one whole sub-assembly, should you choose to get easy access to the driving compartment, which is fairly straightforward itself. I'm actually going to leave this front part on because I think it looks really cool. And there you have it. This is your party, fully folded out with dance floors that can rotate around. You've got a DJ booth up here. You've got a singer's platform up here. You've got another platform up above. Maybe you can see that as a special persons area where you get your VIPs can have their upper platform just to themselves. And it's pretty cool looking. It's very festive looking, and it has a great light up feature. With this engine looking thing back here, there are two things you can do. You can push it in and you can turn it. And here's what those two actions do. You push it in, a light brick comes on. You turn it, and it turns the dance floor and also spins a crystal egg piece, a lower crystal egg piece from the Lego Elves line. And that reflects and refracts light a bit, which gives you kind of a disco light effect that you can see even in the bright daylight or in the infinite void room of my studio. And you do need to keep that pushed in all the way. I think you can tune it a little bit to work a little bit better than this. You see it does turn off from time to time for me here, but this is just a really nice little feature that can last a long time. That battery is only powering a single small LED. They do run out eventually, but it tends to be months and months, if not years, before that happens. It's just a nice, cheap, easy way to get some lights and action that move together. You can also put a figure on this. It's not a whole lot of space in there, but there is some, and then you can have multiple people kind of working together on the dance floor. You also get multiple platforms out here, so you can put 2 mini dolls or mini figures out on the purple ones, and then a very large character goes on the vibrant coral gear there, or you can put multiple figures on that if you just want to have regular sized ones. Now these gears are new, very new, brand new. They're inspired by old gear design styles, but these work with turntables. So this is on a standard 4x4 turntable base. These two are on a new 2x2 turntable base. That's a brand new piece for 2019, and you'll be seeing lots of those showing up in various different places. They've got alignment marks on these gears on each one, so that as long as you have these 90 degrees apart or aligned with other studs on something that you're attaching them to, then you can get them to stay relatively aligned to each other very easily. It's just nice to have that single kind of top dead center mark on each one. Helps out a lot. And yeah, these are nice things that allow you to bring in some action without a whole lot of hidden away gear mechanisms and bevel gears and things that tend to add a lot of thickness in a bad way and bump up the parts count and the price of things to get what's really a very simple action. Notice there are speaker units around this. Let me move Disco Kitty out of the way. That's a single sticker back there in the back. Not too many stickers are used on this set, actually. It's a much smaller sticker sheet for this entire set than I would expect for something of this size and for something this loud with all of the different colors. There's just a small one there, and it looks good. Everything looks pretty comfortable. They've used the light spring green color for the 1 by 1 by 1 by 1 2/3 bricks with 2 studs on one side. It's the studs on the side brick that is 2 studs, or that has 2 studs on the side next to each other, stacked. It just allows you to get a better grip without having to stack up a bunch of different smaller pieces to make up the space. It's a pretty well-designed thing. They definitely give you a lot of usable space for its intended purpose of setting up dance floors and having a party here. Only thing that's really missing, I think, just from the perspective of thinking of the figures themselves, thinking of the characters and what they would want and need here, is just a little juice bar. Just something to get some refreshments. Now, they do include in the set a couple of refreshment bottles. So this guy has one, and then there's an additional one here because they know that these parties are going to be very vibrant, like the new coral color itself. And so you need to stay hydrated. You just need to have a place to dispense those. So that's definitely something that I recommend that you add on your own, either from some other set or with a simple custom build to make this more of a complete experience. These two characters are, on the left, Melody, and on the right, Tempo. Melody's afro, that giant hairpiece, is brand new. It's actually rubbery. I originally thought it was just going to be the one that was originally designed for the Series 1 collectible minifigure clown, but no, it's way bigger than that. And this was hard plastic here, and this, like I said, is rubber. It does have a single mini peg hole on the top, so if you want to put a bow up there or something, you can. Get the magenta colored and silver printed microphone here. Her skin tone is medium nougat, and compared to the light flesh color used over here, this is just a recolor for his hairpiece. Either of these hairpieces work on minifigures just fine. As a matter of fact, just for the sake of illustration, I'm gonna do it. Yes, you can take a screenshot of that and do whatever you want with it. Have fun. Yeah, these are definitely very striking looking characters. It's definitely always good to get another male mini doll to be able to work with the existing Friends sets and DC superhero girls sets and such. And yeah, they're well produced, I would say. This is Disco Kitty, of course, a brand new variant of Unikitty with printed platform boots there. Those are produced pretty nicely. A new face for her. I don't know if that tiny little spot there, basically where her top lip ought to be, I don't know if that's intentional. I don't think it's supposed to be there, that tiny little thing right there. It's a little bit awkward. My favorite thing about this figure is definitely the tail. It has a bit of a rainbow kind of effect in it that is, I don't know, just very appropriate. Looks very good, and it is printed on both sides, as are the boots. I'm glad that they didn't cheap out on that. And then this is Zebe, Z-E-B-E, the Disco Zebra. It's killing me to not try to pronounce this character's name with like an Austrian accent or something. It's like Zebe. But yeah, it's a Disco Zebra. There you go. Print for the front, a 1x2x2 brick. Has a couple of the relatively new curved pieces. This 1x2x1 curve on one side, this 1x1. I haven't looked up the official names of these just yet, but you can see exactly what it is. Essentially a fully curved over version of a cheese wedge, or analog to a cheese wedge. Also, this is using a couple of the relatively new 1x1 brackets. Very useful, very nice. Those are available both down like this and up. And this is not that interesting of a figure to me, but it is very striking looking. I wish that it had a little bit more articulation or something, and a mouth. But we'll see how this character looks and acts in the movie. It might add a lot more value to this once we get the personality understood. Lastly, here are the spare parts left over after you build this set. A lot of people keep asking me to show this stuff, and I am sorry that I keep forgetting to do it. No excuse. Doesn't take any extra time. The parts are just there, but here they are, and you can see that they have a handful of the new vibrant coral colored pieces, and some of the more unique and interesting and special and recent pieces included in the spares, which is always a good thing. Especially for me, you get this dark bluish gray stud piece with a hollow stud, completely hollow stud. Valuable. This is valuable. This is valuable. Yeah, some definite good stuff there in amongst the extras. All told, I'm gonna say this set is exactly as good as it looks. It's definitely not for everyone. Not everyone is gonna like looking at this thing in the first place. But I think if you look at this picture here, and you look at this picture here, and you like what you see, then you're definitely going to like what you get. And even Lego, in their own print, they were not able to properly capture just how vibrant this vibrant coral color is. I hope that every single person watching this video will get a chance at some point in the near future to see these pieces in person, even if you don't buy a set with that color in it. They're just so bright. It's like a day glow. And it's somehow not overdone. It's a very difficult color to create. It requires a real color sensibility. I think it was smart, and I do think it is a very good addition to the color palette. And I hope that it sticks around for quite a while. I really think it's that good and that important. At least as important as Medium Azure, which was another really, really smart and good color to add that added so much life to so many things. Value here is an interesting thing to talk about. The set has a great price to part ratio, and it has some pretty big pieces included as well that typically make the price to part ratio go up in the bad direction. And yet, the set, when it's complete, the bus itself, especially when it's not all folded out like this, when it's in this form, doesn't look like one 1,000 piece thing. It looks very small for a 1,000 piece thing. However, once you open it up, at least for me, it feels like it's worth it. It feels like it's worth 1,000 pieces of build, and I think that the price here is very reasonable for what you get. It's one of those cases that is increasingly rare these days, I think, where a set has a huge number of parts, a relatively small finished product, but still gives you everything that you pay for. And then some, possibly, because that light feature, the way that it turns on, and then the way that it refracts the light and gives you the nice little facets that reflect off the sides, that's really nicely done. And the fact that it turns the dance floor there as well, it's cool. It's really cool. For what it is, for what it's trying to be, it is absolutely a success. Again, it's not for everybody. Not everybody's going to like it. But if you think you're going to like it, you are going to like it a lot. That's it for my yapping about this thing. Again, if you want to see the assembly process, I've got that build up. You can check out more of my build videos as they are made, oftentimes, probably usually in the future, before the reviews come out. That's over on my Builds channel. Thank you for watching this. I've got more reviews to come, and I'll talk to you again as soon as I can.